You already know what it is. It's your boy Trey Smith, your host of Let It Marinate, bringing you love, peace, and prosperity forevermore throughout your life. Today we're going to talk about when is it okay to dye your dreads, and that is a big topic, especially in the starter lock phase. It is a huge topic, and hey, we're going to go over it, so stay tuned. Now guys, as you can see, I still got the virgin hair, you know what I mean? No dye or any chemicals have touched this hair except for like shampoo and, you know, organic stuff, sprays, coconut oil, stuff in that nature, you know what I mean? And me personally, in my opinion, I feel like in the starter phase, like when you're at the very beginning going into the fuzzy state, you know, with your locks, or as people call locking or budding, I wouldn't touch your dreads. You see what I'm saying? I would give them time to grow to their full potential, or at least after the budding stage, like in the teenager locks, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm gonna do a video discussing the different levels of locks, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I wouldn't just go and put dye in my head or bleach my head or do anything like that. And keep in mind that your hair is growing, you know what I mean? You don't want to disrupt the growth of your natural hair. Keep it as virgin as possible, you know what I mean? As long as possible. You can play around with other stuff like the paints, the different color wax, all that stuff they have, you know what I mean, out there, before you just straight up dye your hair. Because once you dye your hair, first and foremost, you're committed to it, and that's just what it is. I mean, I guess you could dye it back, but you don't want all that chemical. You know, you're going to dye it right back, and then you're going to end up bald from all that chemical being in your head. So I wouldn't touch the dye in the starter lock phase. However, there have been people who say it's okay. You know what I mean? They've done it and their hair is fine or whatever. And on the flip side of that, you have other people talking about how they dyed their hair and they regretted it. It kind of messed up the texture of the hair. Their locks started unraveling wherever the dye was, you know what I mean? And I would say this, like, one thing that most of these people say that dyed their hair at a young start, they said their mistake was they dyed all of their hair instead of the tips. So keep that in mind. If you really, really, really want to dye your hair and you cannot wait for it to reach that maturity level, start with your tips. Dye your tips, you know what I mean? Because if you dye your whole hair, it's going to get in your roots, it's going to get in your scalp, and it's going to affect everything. Like, I've seen the stories, I've heard the stories, I've listened to the videos here on YouTube of people regretting it because it completely fried their hair. And if you don't want to be walking around looking like Apache, looking like straight up bald headed, you know what I mean, or looking like you got a huge cowlick on your head or hair thinning, stay away from it at the beginning stages. Wait, and if you just have to do it, like I said, start out with the tips. I'm thinking about maybe doing the tips of my hair, but the whole head, that's a no-go. That's a no-go for me. That's my opinion though. Like I said, to each his own. Some people say it's fine. They ain't had no problems with it or anything like that. I get you. Hey, I salute you if everything worked out. And that's another thing. If you don't know what you're doing, go to a loctician. Go to somebody who know what they're doing, because you don't want to put in all this work just to backtrack. We ain't doing that. We going forward. Positivity, growth, and life, and dreads, and just anything we do. Never go backwards, no matter what you do. Hey, that's just a little side note, something to marinate on. We're going to be constantly talking about stuff that you can marinate on, so take that, run with it. Now come back.
Come back to the video.
Now, moving on. Dyeing your hair is cool. It look cool. I understand it's unique. You can get different colors. You can match, you know, especially with different styles. If you got braid styles, it look dope. If you put your hair up and style it however you want, it look dope. I get it, but you need to take in consideration of how your hair is doing. If you have sensitive hair or a sensitive scalp and your hair don't perform well when you have a whole bunch of stuff going on, like chemicals, washing your hair. If you're somebody that hasn't found their shampoo yet that works for them, if you're somebody that really don't know what type of gel to use whenever you're doing retwists, if you're doing it by yourself, keep in mind that this all applies to somebody who's doing it themselves, DIY. If you're doing it yourself, listen up. Listen up. If you have a loctician, this really don't apply to you. But if you want to go to your loctician with a sense of direction of where you want to go with your locks and stuff like that, hey, listen up. This could help you too, because hey, ain't nothing worse than somebody who don't know what they doing, and you go to a loctician and then they have their way with you and it's not what you want. So, hey, pay attention and listen to these videos, all of them, because I'm not an expert, but I can tell you from starter locks up until where I am now, which is creeping into the teenager stage of locks. I just transitioned out of the budding phase or the fuzzy stage, quote unquote. And I've learned a lot from the starter to where I am now. So listen to me, man. I'm gonna save you a lot of heartache and agony. Trust me. And I'm happy that I was cautious listening to other people talk about their dreads and the mistakes they made that got them to the point they are now. Now, some people luck up with their mistakes. It turns out a beautiful mixture. There's people that's dyed their hair and the color was off, and now their hair grow a certain color. Even like you never see it fade out. It's just constantly growing that color, which is weird. But that's what I'm saying. You're dealing with chemicals, and if you don't want your hair to look like a science project, I would recommend you go to somebody who know what they're doing or do your research. That way you don't look like you didn't read the back of the instructions and you just went for it, and now your head look like a science project and people are looking at you like you're a creature, straight up. You don't want that to be you. Stay away from it. Real quick, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, go on and hit that subscribe button and join the family, man. Let it marinate. We running it up all 2020. We dropping bangers every Tuesday, so stay tuned for more content to come. Hey, if you have any ideas of what y'all want to see or be talked about, anything from life advice to dreads, working out, fitness videos coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Whatever y'all want to talk about, drop it down below and I'm gonna get to you. That's just what it is. We family now, so y'all might as well get used to me, because I am not going anywhere. We gonna run this channel up every Tuesday. Y'all can look forward to the content that y'all like, and hey, it is what it is. Okay, so now that y'all have a kind of a feel of what my opinion is about the matter, I want to know what y'all think about it, because there's a whole bunch of back and forth going on about it, and I just want to see where y'all stand with it. Do you think it's okay to dye your hair at such a starter position? Like, soon as you get your stuff twisted up, you know what I mean, your hair is not even budding yet. Do you think it's okay to dye your hair? I mean, let me know how you think. You might have a different outlook, a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? So hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you feel about it. Like I said, for me, I'm not gonna touch my hair anytime soon. If I do, it's just gonna be the tips. But as for me, I'm gonna keep my hair in the virgin state. You know what I mean? It's growing healthy. It's growing fast. It's been 9 months, and you know what I'm saying, from waves to this, can't beat that. Why would I mess up something that's not broke? You know they're saying if it's not broke, don't fix it. And my hair is growing phenomenally, and I can't wait to see what the end result is, if there's ever an end result. You know, some people, they grow their hair like all the way down to the floor. I don't think that's gonna be me. I might do mine like, you know, maybe shoulder, maybe back. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really attached to my hair. I've had all type of styles except for dreads and braids. I haven't had long hair in a long time, but that's a story for another day. I'm used to the wave game, but yeah. Anyway, let me know down below how you feel about dyeing your hair, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna go back and forth until we get to the bottom of this, you know what I mean? So make sure you hit me up down below. If you like these videos, give your boy a like. I'm trying to reach 100 subs before the year's out. I know we can do it. We at 55. We're over halfway there, you know what I mean? So let's keep the ball rolling on that. But you already know what it is. It's your boy Trey Smith, your host of Let It Marinate, bringing you love, peace, and prosperity forevermore throughout your life. Don't you forget it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.